off, why should you ditch your lawn? You know, get rid of your lawn. And there are several reasons. I just kind of chose some of the top ones, but lawn is actually the #1 irrigated crop in the USA. Why are we spending all of our precious resources on something that we don't eat? I mean, I think we should be directing that to, if we're going to irrigate something, let's direct it to something that we can eat. A lot of other styles have been modernized, but basically our landscapes with a lawn and a couple of trees is stuck in the 1800s. The reason that we had lawns, that lawns came to the US mostly because of England and France, and it was a sign of wealth there, that they could have an area in their yard that they just mowed and didn't have to put into garden or something. It was kind of like, hey, I'm richer than you, I don't have to grow a garden to feed myself. Well, it kind of stuck, and I'm not sure why. It sort of makes sense maybe back in the Midwest where it just rains, you don't have to necessarily worry about irrigation. You can mow it once a week, and you're good with that. But out here in the West, it takes a lot of effort to get your lawn looking nice and keeping it nice, and there's a lot of work involved in that, and a lot of expense. The average homeowner spends $120 a month on their lawn. The lawn, just the lawn, care industry is a $50 billion industry in the US. So that's a lot of money that we're spending on something that we really can't eat or do anything but care for, right? So your landscape typically uses 50% of your water use. So your water use that you're using in your home, 50% of it goes to your landscape, and a big portion of that is your lawn. So if you don't have a lawn, you would use at least 50% or more less of that water. So we're going to talk about plant use and how that varies among species. And it also varies a little bit by climate. So we're going to talk about plants that are kind of climate appropriate for Redding, because a lot of stuff that you see that they're really kind of touting as water-wise might be more appropriate for Southern California or the Bay Area, and it's not going to do well in Redding for a couple of reasons. One is that we're hotter, and also we get a lot colder in the winter. So some of those varieties that are more desert varieties of plants are well adapted to the desert, and that's fine for Southern California where they don't get a lot of rain. But in our area, we get too much rain for a lot of them, and they get too waterlogged in the wintertime and they die. Even if they don't freeze, they just get too much rain. So if you can't control the amount of water they're getting, then they don't do well. So there's kind of a fine line with some of those plants. So we're going to show you kind of plants that are appropriate for our climate.